Well, howdy there, Internet students. This is Mr. Hermanson again. And we're going to cover some things to help you retake test 6.2. Just a reminder, if you want to avoid doing these retakes, make sure you ask the questions, do the assignments, watch the video lessons, have your notebook out and your participating in meetings, do those kinds of things, and you'll probably have to retake less tests. But we all do make mistakes, and it happens once in a while, so I don't mind you retaking tests. But if it's happening a lot, maybe there's some new habits you could get to help you with that. All right. We're talking about similar figures in this scale factor. And what happens to the area when you are having a certain scale factor. So let's start with this little picture of Gus here. We want to make the ratio of Gus' width to his height. Now to do that, all you really need to do is find the length of, well, here's the width right there, the length of that line, and just count the squares. And that would be 6. And then we need the same thing, but the height. We're going to count from the bottom to the very top of the figure, okay? And that line is 9, so 6/9. Now, if the fraction can be simplified, it's okay to do that. It could also be 2/3. All right, so either of those are good answers. Now, Rebecca decides that if a lightning bolt hits Gus, he will grow by a factor of 5. That means he's going to be 5 times as wide and 5 times as tall. And she's going to call it Gus the Gigantic. Okay, so what we're going to do is take the original dimensions of 6 and 9, and we're going to multiply those by the scale factor to get the new ones. And that gives us 30 for the width and 45 for the height. Okay, so our, and this should be a proportional figure, so we should be able to write these ratios being equal to each other. So my original 6/9 should be equal to 30 is my width's on top, and the height is 45. Now to check and make sure if that's true, you would try cross multiplying. So 30 times 9 is 270, and 6 times 45 should also be 270, and I think it is. And then how many times larger is the area? Now remember, you took your original dimension, like say the width, and you multiplied it by 5, okay? And you also took the length times 5, or the height times 5, which means the figure is going to be 5 times 5 times bigger, or 25 times greater area. All right, so you can go ahead and do these problems. I'm going to continue with this video. You can choose to pause it, or you can watch the whole video and then go back and do it. Okay, so on the next page, triangle A is mathematically similar to triangle B. What that means is the corresponding angles are the same. You can see that here. This angle is the same as this angle. These are both the same because they're both right angles. And that means the last ones must also be the same, right? So we want to find the missing values like x. So we need to take two corresponding sides like 60 and 20 and make a ratio of those. So I'm going to take 20 from my small one, 60 from my big one. Okay, and then if I want to find x, I just need to put it by, I'm going to put it by the big one on the bottom because x is also on the big one. And then I'm going to use the corresponding side with that, which is this one right here, 25. Then I'm going to just do that math. 60 times 25 equals 1500. Then I'm going to divide that by the other number, which is 20, and that gives me x is 75. Okay, now for y, I can take, y is on the small one, so I'm going to start with, remember 20 is from the small, 60 is from the big, those are corresponding sides. Y is from the small one, so I'll put that up by the 20. And the number that goes with y is 54. And then I'll just do the math again. I'll do 20 times 54 divided by 60. And that's 18. I should have labeled that y, not x. Oh, I did. There it is. So y equals 18. And then what is the scale factor from figure A to figure B? Notice it's going from large, A is large, to small. So the number should be less than 1. So I'm going to divide my ratio this way. Now, that is the scale factor, 20 over 60. If you can simplify that, go ahead and do that. 1/3 looks a lot better, right? So I just divided both those by 20 to simplify that. All right, so you can go ahead and do those problems now. All right, and let's talk about these rectangles. To find the missing value x, I would suggest, well, you have two ways you could do it. One way you could do it is just looking at these similar rectangles and see if you could figure out what the scale factor is. Here we have a scale factor, we're going from 12 to 36. You would do 36 divided by 12 to find the scale factor, which is 3. In other words, the lengths are 3 times, on the big one are 3 times the lengths on the small one. So you can just take this value here from the small one and multiply it by 3 to get this value here. So x equals 30 times 3, which is 90. All right. All right, so that's all I got for you. You can finish those up and send me a nice photo of your work, and if it looks good, I'll get that retake to you. All right, good luck with that. Let me know if you need help.